Hello and welcome to the Whisky.com news on the 4th of February 2020. We have a number of very interesting news, and we start off with a very interesting new bottle. You all know the distillery of Tullibardine. I was there for a distillery video, and in the history I've told you that the distillery opened up again around 16 years ago. And now they're releasing a 15-year-old whiskey. Yes, usually the distillery only has very few whiskies with age statements. They're all very old and they're all before the closure, so they're like 40, 50, 60-year-old whiskies. I don't know if they're 60-year-old whiskies. And now they do have a 15-year-old. And all the smaller age statement whiskies, they're still gonna exist, but we have actually one of the new make of the whiskies after the opening with an age statement. Very interesting. It's not readily available all around the markets. In Germany we start delivering on the 14th of February. And then up in the next in the news is Beam Suntory. And Beam Suntory just bought 10% of the Edrington Group. Edrington is the group that owns Macallan, Highland Park, and the famous Grouse whiskey. And now Beam Suntory has 10% of this group. And that also means that they are closing their business in Korea. Probably because they are just going to use the distribution channels of Beam Suntory. Then we have the Glasgow Distillery in the news, which reveals their 30-year-old Prometheus. And that means that the Prometheus series is now finished with 4 bottlings, and it has 544 bottles, a very limited edition without age and without coloring and without chill filtration, but with a 30-year-old age statement. Then the competitor, the other independent bottler, Douglas Laing, also finishes a series with a 12-year-old Jura. This is called the Water, and it finishes off the series of the Elements. So they had all the 4 elements within this bottling. It's a cask strength with a PX finish in PX sherry butt. So much for the news for Scotch. And now we have a look at Ireland. Ireland, there is a new Rowan Co on the market. It's just a normal Rowan Co, but it is cask strength. So it's 49% ABV. That's nearly 120 proof, so it's about 118 proof. And very, very interesting. And let's see how the Rowan Co brand still will develop, even with the new distillery that will be coming up. Then we have kind of a shared news between the US and Ireland, because Jameson is releasing a new bottling, and that is the Jameson Cold Brew. The Jameson Cold Brew is not kind of a liqueur, it's kind of a mixture. It doesn't have any sugar in it, but it's actually just Jameson and coffee. So it's an Irish coffee. And the coffee is made with 100% Arabica beans, and it's going to be released in the US now. It was already released in Ireland and Australia, and because of that huge success, they are now releasing it in the US as well. It was revealed on the 25th of January, and that is actually the National Irish Coffee Day. I didn't know that exists, but now we all know. And then some news from the US of A. We have news from Jim Beam. Jim Beam is celebrating their 225th anniversary. Yeah, and by doing that, they're actually bringing out a commemorative bottle. It's a normal Jim Beam with a personalizable signature, or not signature, name on the bottle. So you can have your name on your own Jim Beam bottle in golden letters. Yeah, looks pretty nice. Mine they printed on in the German writing, so don't worry about the umlaut. they can also do that. The last news is some regulation or safety measure. The 12 leading alcohol producers in the world came together and they agreed on something. Amongst them were Diageo, Pernod Ricard, and Beam Suntory, and they said that they want to have an age label, like an 18 plus, or for the US it's going to be a 21 plus to buy alcohol. So all the regulations from the different countries and states will be printed on the label, and they want to do that for all beer, wine, and all spirits. They did give themselves a pretty generous time frame, because they want to be finished in 2024, which is plenty of time. It takes a bit of time to research what country needs what age statement, but yeah, they will finish in 2024, and I actually believe that. So yeah, that was it this week. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section, and see you next week.